Hi, fish people, and welcome to my Brackish aquarium. I went down to the lagoon today to do a water change. I walk down there around every 5 to 7 days for a water change, and I get a gallon of water to change out in the 10-gallon tank. Today I tried to get some barnacles, some tube worm casings, and some tiny ghost shrimp to feed the different species in my tank. I now have a sheep's head guppy in the tank, and they love barnacles, as all the guppies, as all the gobies and the blennies and even the conch. They really love the barnacles. The gobies also like the tiny little critters that live on the barnacles itself as well. Today, when I went down there, though, I noticed I fell upon a bank of clams. And all these clams are about the size of your pinky nail and smaller. I put one on top of this moss-covered rock so you can see him. I wound up getting a little over a couple dozen of them and putting them in the tank. I figured this would be great for the water quality. They're bivalves, and they do a great job of cleaning the water and also keeping the water the right salinity and quality for the fish in here. When I go down there, I do try to get the barnacles and also these tube worm casings. You can see that blenny right there. He's been eating not just the tube worms in there, but also all the different critters that live on the tube worms itself. It goes the same with the barnacles. Not only do they eat the barnacles, but you'll see all this green moss, and also there's all kinds of different worms and species that live on this barnacle beds that they eat. After a barnacle has been in here about 3 or 4 days, it is picked clean. They come in, of course, filled with barnacles and covered with different life, and also grass and moss on them. But after a few days, they are just a bare barnacle. So they really enjoy that. I do feed the fish sinking carnivore pellets. The flounder like those a lot. It's really hard for me to get food for the flounder naturally from the river. Everybody else I can deal with, but the flounder, they need these sinking carnivore pellets. I also have a lot of different species of tiny crabs in there, so I've gotten these mini algae wafers. I'm sure you know what those are. But from the start, I've been feeding them shrimp pellets, all the gobies, and the blennies and the crabs, even the pipefish. They're a member of the seahorse family. You can see him back there. They love the shrimp pellets. There is the sheep's head. He's kind of shy, but he does a great job of. I had a snail explosion. And when I mean snail, not just snails, but a bunch of baby conchs. And he ate them right up. They're pretty much gone. There's only a few of them left, probably less than a handful. So everybody's been eating everybody in here lately. It's doing a good job. Everybody's happy. I am going to try and move this 10-gallon experiment over to a 25-gallon tank. Not only do I have too many fish in here of the same species, but I want more different species in here, and there's just not enough room. The lagoon by my house has many different tropical species. There's puffer fish, there's seahorses, it could go on and on. So I want to get a few of those, but I'm going to need a larger tank. I have the tank ready to go. But I've been learning from so many mistakes I've made from this tank. I'm going to keep this going about another month. And going to learn from more of my mistakes and get this going 100%. get the right amount of fish in there and the correct species I want. And from there, I'll go to a larger tank. But from right now, everything's it's very natural in there. I'm sure you've seen in some of the previous videos, a lot of the species I get in here, I didn't even know I brought in. The bristle worms and a couple of the barnacle blennies and stuff. They just came in on barnacles that I brought for the tank. So it's getting very natural and really nice in here, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm having a really good time. This is a fun hobby to go and catch your own fish and get your water from the river and do it that way. It's adds another aspect to the hobby. But I really enjoy this. I hope you do too. I hope you enjoy the evolution this channel has been from the beginning, day one, with just a bunch of gambusia mosquito fish in there, to now I have probably half a dozen different species in here. And everyone's happy and healthy. And for the most part, everything is going great. As long as I keep up with the water changes, it seems that the tank is just coming into its own life. We're going a little over 2 months now, and day by day, the tank is more and more natural in itself. So I figure the longer I keep this going, the actual better the quality of the tank is going to get, and happier everyone's going to be inside. So if you have any questions or any advice you can give me, please let me know. I'm having a lot of fun with this, and I hope you are too. Thank you very much. Have a great one.